fix everything real fast. Okay. I don't know why I can't remember where I was putting this. That seems okay. Okay, so I think this should be pretty easy. I also fixed the route a little bit. So I watched Rhinos again. Hey Ghosty. I watched Rhinos again and he got Vengefly King. The route notes said not get Vengefly King. Let's go. Yes. We're getting sub 40 today. It's happening. It should have happened yesterday, but it's happening today, I guess. I was also watching Rhinos run on 2x speed, so this feels extremely slow. Low percent preparation. What do you do in low percent? I don't even know. This is... what the heck? I like brainwashed myself into thinking that 2x Hollow Knight speed was normal. The same. No dash, no shaman. So what's like the time difference? I don't remember. I guess that's not like the worst. I thought low percent was even worse than that, so accomplishable. I don't know why I feel like my game speed is set lower. What the heck? Or maybe that's just how much I was struggling yesterday. I'm really thrown off by this. It just feels so slow. What the heck? I don't know if you can make it like that, to be honest. Oh wait, if I do... I think the worst part of doing low percent would be doing just the dark deep nest rooms. And I guess I was gonna do rafters. I think it is faster. Oh my god, what the heck was that? I think. I'm just guessing that Raptors might be faster because you can skip the first of out. And then on your way back from Watchers, you can go sell to Lem like normal, but you don't have to like stop by Lem before Watchers. What is up with my timing? It just feels extremely slow. I think we're green easily, so that's nice.
Namino.
Should have been more green, but I can't jump apparently. I'm not enjoying this feeling. I think I'm definitely just more awake than I was yesterday.
Bueno, nin mea.
Yeah, that was dumb. Good thing we got a second Baldur's Spit, though. What the heck was up with that? I do not know why this feels so slow. Like, I almost cannot play normal. What the heck was that? Not even gonna bother. One fireball. It's also been so long since I've done VFK. But I think doing VFK helps us not have to kill the first watcher. Because I think I didn't have enough geo most of the times for, whatever it's called. For, hidden station? Hidden station? Why am I thinking lost? Why can't I not remember what the station's called? Oh, wait. Am I dumb? Distant village. There's the words. My god. Yeah, I think I wasn't ending up with enough geo for distant village sag most of the time, so I had to get the rocks, but now we're good. Oh man, what the heck? That was terrible. It's already like a little bit slower because of killing VFK, but ugh. I wouldn't think that feeling like the game is slow would be something that would bother me. It's like that should help, not hurt me. I love that. I still don't know why I fall there. Or why I don't get around that platform. Ow. Slightly more optimal movement because of watching Rhino do it. I don't know what I'm doing there, still. Crap. That's terrible, oh my god. I cannot do that drop to save my life. I just don't remember it at all. Ugh. Okay. We'll try again. I don't know why I cannot remember that drop at all. It just completely left my memory. Maybe now I won't, like, feel awkward the entire run. Since I played for 11.5 minutes, maybe the speed will be feeling back to normal. Nice. That felt like a kind of effortless 51. Dang it, are you kidding? I had such a good effort to go around the first gruz, and then the second one was like, you thought. I don't know. I think it's enough. Barely. That was stupid. I'm resetting, I don't even care. I thought I could make it to the Venge Fly. Ugh. So I think once I do King Station, that split, it'll be a little bit shorter. Oops. So I should be able to gold that by a little bit. I think. Is that the one? Yes. That one should be a little bit shorter because the route notes tell you to get the relic before the stag. That's not what Rhino does in his run. Rhino gets the stag open, rings the bell, then goes and gets the relic, which makes more sense. You would just be sitting there waiting for the stag anyway. Unless there was some sort of optimization because he couldn't do Firebell or something, but I think he had Soul. Ow. I hate that Gruz. It really just tried to roll me as best as it could. Why am I doing that? It's so stupid. Like, I think it is still bothering me. Apparently watching Hollow Knight on 2x speed for like 20 minutes before I start playing is not a good thing. I hate everything about that Vengefly. That Vengefly just needs to, like, not have a far left spawn point. Just needs to be taken out. And also it was being very lazy coming over. I feel like it took its sweet time. Dude, come on. Yeah, that was terrible. Apparently I went downhill after getting that 51. That was the only good KP reading it today. I don't even mind getting regular 52s, but that's 2 53s in a row. I was gonna say I'm getting hit. I don't even care. I'm resetting. That's so stupid. Grow's room is so bad. Dude. Like, why? We're just gonna try to catch up. Do middle. I did do middle. But, let's see. What is it? Doing right side is just awful. I don't know. I hate right side. Yeah, I do middle always. The only time I do right side is latest patch, because I don't know if you can do middle reliably. Because if you mess up middle, then you just, like, are out of luck. I think, because, like, if you don't get the inventory drop, then you just have to fall all the way down. There's nothing for you to pogo, so you just have to make it through the transition first try. I don't even like that. I'm just resetting that right now. Not even dealing with that run. What the heck, dude? I just want to, like, you know, play normal. I don't understand. That run that went all the way into Deep Nest. I should have just attempted to not die. I didn't try that hard to not die because I was like, if I fall right now, I'll probably damage tank on that Garpede and die. And then that's exactly what happened. Bro. Oh my god, can I just get like a normal KP? I'm not doing a run if I don't get a normal KP. It's just pissing me off. I have to start the run off okay. Like, the Vengefly, the first Vengefly, if I mess that up, that annoys me. Damage tanking on the second one should never happen. And then the stupid nail knockback, should I just not do it? I've messed it up twice today already. I like never reset this early. There we go. We got all of the stuff normal. Insane. Alright, a low 52. We can accept that. That is much better. Getting high 53s or worse. I hate that. I feel like the days that I've gotten, like I'm getting anything above 53, it's just a day that I stop doing any percent and do something else. I knew there was one geo to my left. I couldn't see it though. There was a background object in the way. I just say there's no way I make that. Whatever. I'm not gonna bother resetting again. Yeah, that was much better. That wasn't that good, but okay. And then the guaranteed damage tank at statue pogo. I guess I could technically just sit on this bench. But we're not going to. Are you kidding me? The one geo I missed at the stupid top of Crossroads actually mattered. That's crazy. What the heck, dude? In this game, just leave me alone. Let me be in peace. Let me just have some normal run go on. I really thought, I was like, that looks weird. Why is that menu different? Because I didn't have enough geo. Still 52, we take those. Why did that feel awkward? I just like brushed my facial hair upwards in a way that that did not feel good. The way it was sitting after that. Alright, we got 22 geo, so we should be okay. Maybe, who knows. Wow, amazing. The gruzzes weren't in the way. Oops. I forgot that usually when I upslash that platform, I always hardfall. I don't know if it's that causing it, but it happens like pretty much every time I do it. Bro, what the heck? Do I just go do Path of Pain? Because apparently... Hello? What? What is that lag? You know what? I'm resetting Hollow Knight, because I don't trust that the game is running correctly. That lag was strange, I didn't like it. And it was already doing weird things before then, or at least me feeling like it was slow. Even though I still think that was me watching the 2 times speed, but I feel like 20 minutes is not enough for me to just think that normal gameplay is slow. So I'm gonna blame the game. It's always the game's fault, right? Oh my god, are you kidding? What the heck, dude? Another 53, nice. Yeah, I swear, if I get one more like high 53 or worse, if I reset another run, I'm just gonna go do Path of Pain and suffer and try to get Thorn Skip in a run. I was just hoping. I was like, I saw 2 Gruzzes in my left, like, peripheral. I was like, there's no way that there's one in my way, right? Dude, what the heck, man? You've gotta be kidding me. Alright, this is the run. If it's a 50 high 53, anything above 53.5, I'm just doing Path of Pain. Oh, I don't understand. Feels so weird to me. Why I can't just like play like a normal person. Maybe once I sleep tomorrow I won't suck. And like the thing about Path of Pain is I don't really care that much about my PB in it. Like it's cool to go fast, but if I hit Thorn Skip, it should just be a PB no matter what. So it makes me want to run it more. Oh, there it is. The possible 53. Nope, it's definitely a 53. Yep, alright. Once this run dies, I'm switching to Path of Pain. And also, if I go on MPB, I guess I'll also switch to Path of Pain, because I'm not running it back again today. It's not happening. So either way, this is the last Steel Soul run for today. So glad that that Geo just wouldn't stop bouncing. And it bounced over me twice. Oh my god, dude. That's it. Last one. Alright, switching already. That was fast. How do I normally run this? That way. There we go. Mini save states are active. The sound is low. Hello? Back. Thank you. Alright, I think the save state should still be the same. Okay, who knows how this is gonna go? Ugh. I knew I wasn't making that because of the stupid weird jump again. Really needed to do that last thing though. Dang. Unlucky. Ugh. I don't know why my hands are like just extremely like clammy, I feel like too. Crap. That fourth wall jump is definitely good, I think. Or fifth, I guess. That was green, what the heck? Barely, but it was. Dude, I wasn't making it anyway because somehow it wasted my wings jump. don't even know why I bothered to pause. Can something give me a break today? No. I don't know. I've only been going for 40 minutes. This is like the most painful 40 minutes of my whole life, I think. Like, I literally can do nothing. I can't do anything correctly. I also wish those wings molds would, you know, not be in shitty positions. I haven't been able to, like, skip the second one time yet. Crap, man. That cycle was fine. I just messed it up. Still cannot skip the second wings mold. Ugh, dang it. Okay, cool. Finally, Jesus. Crap. Wasted gold on that. I don't know how much of a gold that was, though. How much time save do I have in this split? I think that was a 0.06 gold. I think I had like exactly almost a second of time saving this, or maybe it was a 0.2. I think it was 0.2, 0.02. Nice. Nice. Yeah, it was actually. It was a 0.02 gold. Insane. Dang it. I think where that last swings mold made me position myself, I was just like awkwardly too far to the right to go through the transition the way I normally would. I was too anxious on the dash, and I just decided I was dashing my forehead into the buzzsaw. Bro, what the heck? Why is the saw blade so slow? I've been having this issue too much. I really need to just learn how to do the faster cycle. I was just gonna let myself fall into the clouds, but it did not work. Bro, come on. Like, I don't even know what I want to do. I thought about switching and doing a rando, but I don't really feel like doing that either. Just because it's already been 50 minutes since I started. If I could go back in time and know how badly the runs were going to go for the any percent Steel Soul, I would have just done a rando instead. But, oh well. Dude, why can I not make it through here? Yikes. I don't remember how many attempts I started with today. I don't know why I want to like think it's 1275, but I feel like I've already done more than 30 attempts. I could probably not have done that many. Yikes. Crap, man. I don't know why I cannot get the cycle when I get Thorn Skip. Every single time I've messed something up. Like, I do it just fine in the other way. Like, doing the other path. And then, like, it's harder to recover that cycle, I feel like, if you don't do Thorn Skip. Because you get there at, like, the perfect time with Thorn Skip. And there's no guarantee of when you're going to get there during the cycle timing if you do the other path. Much better. And then I do that, because I'm stupid and I should just shut up. Like, what the heck, dude? I just cannot finish runs today. Like, I can get to green. I was getting green in the any percent. And then I would, like, just royally screw something up. That's not even a hard dash timing. Dude, what the heck, man? I'm just doing so much dumb stuff. I cannot stop myself either. I've tried. I probably could have recovered that. I just didn't want to. Also not wanting to. I refuse. Nice. Almost just fell. Crap. So close. That was a pretty bad cycle to actually get Thorn skip too. I almost recovered. I don't know what I actually did wrong though. I don't know if I was too far right or left. I have no idea. Because I did actually make the height to get up there. Well, I wasn't going to reset that one, but okay. C-dash, thank you. That saw blade was like eating my ankles. Still green with the damage tank. Not green anymore. I should have been able to make that, skipping that one wings mold there, and then I just, like, I don't know what I did. I don't know if I tried to, like, cheat too far left. Why am I doing that? Why? It's not even, like, so dumb, dude. Doesn't make any sense. I hate that. Again, the wings molds are awkward. Yeah, just don't hold left, I guess. Or right. Yeah, no way. No shot. Sometimes I've been able to make it that way. I've like done it once or twice while I was practicing trying to get Thorn Skip. So I figured I might as well try. What do you mean I didn't wings? That's so dumb. I cannot today at all. I cannot Hollow Knight. Dang it, dude. I'm glad that that wings wall just happened to be super high up. That was awkward. I just decided I wasn't failing the run. Crap. I just wanted to at least try to make it to third room, since I was already that far. So I saved the cycle doing a bad one. And by bad, I think in Guy's guide, it was like a, what's it called? Hey Sev, you do not agree with the stream title. Well, I don't know. I feel like today was just not good. If you saw the Steel Soul run attempts, they were ugly. I could not, literally I got out of VS once. I just could not stop resetting. I reset KP like at least 10 times, and I have like 20 attempts or less on those splits. Oh god, that was bad. Runner's not bad. Good luck, have fun pathing and painting. I am definitely painting. Just addicted to resetting. I don't normally reset KP though. Like, it's so weird. I think the first KP I did was like a low 53, and then I ended up resetting something else, and then the second one was like a high 51, so I was like, okay, runs are gonna be normal today. And then I got like, I don't know, I could not stop getting high 53s, and it pissed me off. And it wasn't even like that was pissing me off that much. Not just KP, it was like I couldn't get double spike. Oops. I messed up in the Gome room after double spike, or I guess the mask shard room. Is that what you would call that? Because I always call the other room, like right after that one, Gome room. At least for Crossroads. Are there any other Gome rooms? I guess there are a couple. But yeah. I just could not, like, oops, play normal. The iPoppy room. Which one is that one? The mask shard room. I don't know the clip. I do not. Oh my god, I was basically touching the thorns on the ceiling there, then yeah, I was just way too close. You're gonna try to find it? Alright. Oh wait. I read the sub message, but I didn't say thanks for the sub. Thank you for the sub, Seth. The message was so important, I needed to address it. I completely forgot about the other part. Also, I am, like I told Bull, I don't know how long ago, maybe a week ago or so, I am working on emotes. The message is more important. Yeah, I like to, whenever I sub, I always like to put something, like either some dumb message or, in the one streamer's chat that I'm subbed in, I literally just put one of his emotes. The corn emote. But since it's the sub one, I just put that one. Can you send links? Yeah. I allow links, because, I don't know, like, what are people gonna do? Send porn? Don't do that. Who is that? 556.6? Is that what that says? This is the link? Yes. I like that Twitch links at least show up, like, they just show the clip. They're like, yes, this is not a weird link or anything, it's just a clip. But I've never heard of this person. Unless it was a clip of somebody else who I might know. Oh my god, I should have dashed. I should have just saved the cycle. I should have dashed, wings, and oops, reset the thing again. Oops. Alright, let's see. You guys can probably hear it, but I'm too lazy to like make it show up.
Insane. Guess we're doing normie strats. Yeah, that or hitting mosquito in the next room twice. Ay, papa! Any turning around or?
That's so funny. Action. What?
Mosquito in the next room twice. I.
They just forgot to turn back around. That's pretty loud, I feel like, too. I feel like that's definitely something that I would do. I would do something like that and then be pissed off about it. Be like, what the heck? Why did I? I'd be like, I know that was my fault that I didn't turn around, but I'd be like, why did I not turn around? It's such like a dumb thing. That's the kind of stuff I was doing. I was doing like stupid stuff like that all of today. So that was why I could not try any percent. If I PB in Path of Pain, maybe we go back. Which just basically means if I hit Thorn Skip before I get too annoyed. Oh my god, that was fast. I decided to do the hardest thing in the game. What do you mean? It's only 2 minutes long. It can't be that hard. And isn't Thorn skip the hardest thing in the game? Oops. Doubt. that could be true. Could be a good thing to doubt. Ow. Ugh. I feel like out of all the hype emotes, the laughing Squirtle I want. The shiny laughing Squirtle. What does a shiny Squirtle look like? Is it green like a normal, like, turtle? Also, so it can't be that hard. I got like a 215 in 80 attempts, right? That's gotta mean it's easy. If I could do that, anyway. Squirtle was cute, yeah. Yeah, that's just such a good hype emote. No, it means that I'm good. I don't know about those words. We got the weird jump too. That sucks. I feel like I'm much more consistently making it to second room though than I was on... Did I do this on Friday? And then I'm also screwing up second room less. I think I also just realized like a decent time save for when I can't skip. Oops. When I can't skip the second wings mold, I can almost always get to it and just pogo it. I don't need to like do another wings, so it saves a little bit of time. That was scary. That was a cycle for sure. Yeah, like that's definitely much faster than having to pause for wings. I mean, obviously, because wings is slow, but my brain didn't know how to do it before. Oops. That was a slow cycle, but it's okay if we hit Thorn Skip. No. I just like forgot this. I shouldn't have reset. I should go do that part again. If I make it to third room and fail again, I'm doing like the second half of third room. Because I don't know why my brain just like didn't remember what to do. I just panicked. I was like, wait, I hit the whole cycle all the way until here. When am I supposed to dash? I don't remember if you're supposed to wings there or dash. I think wings, then, yeah, I don't remember. I don't know. I have to do it again. Oh, crap. I think I realized how you get around the corner, though. because I'm pretty sure the fast runners wait and do their cyclone a little bit lower, because then you can move far enough right that you just don't touch the platform, so like your fall speed doesn't stop. Except I'm just bad and don't know how to do it. Or maybe you have to be further left when you start it and start it earlier. I'm not going to try to do it again. I'm just going to be normal for now. Yeah, see, like that almost worked, I think. Oops. I need a swear jar for the word bad. I don't say it that often. But also, a lot of times when I do say it, I'm like saying it in terms of like, I probably shouldn't do this. I feel like I don't do it that often in a like mean way to myself doing dumb things. Oops. But then again, also, if you're watching, then you might know that I say it more than I think I do. I might just not think I say it that much, even if I do. Yeah, that, like, added pogo recovers a lot of those variable wings mold positions. Crap. That was such a good recovery, too. Dang it. You know how much I think I say it? So you can't say for sure if I say it more than I think I say it. You could have phrased that easier. Yes, you could have. I feel like you definitely wanted to do it like that on purpose. But it's a nice sentence because it technically is correct. That's the weird thing about English. You can say basically whatever you want and you almost can't be wrong. You're like, people can correct you, be like, you should have said this, and you'd be like, yeah, true, but did it change the meaning at all? No? Okay, then leave me alone. Like when rappers kind of like say words in a way that rhymes with what they want it to rhyme with. It's like, well, that's not how you actually say it. They're like, well, I don't care. Nice. Crap. Crap. I missed the wings mold. Yeah. English, you can do a lot of weird things. It's so... I don't know if like other languages are able to like be screwed with as much as English is, just like talking however you want, kind of. But English is like really flexible, and I'm assuming like that is one of the reasons it's so hard to learn for people who aren't native, because it's just like, why are they saying this? And anyone who speaks English should be like, yeah, you know, you can do that if you want. It doesn't make sense to the uninitiated, you know. Oh hey, I also I was finally able to catch another Cthulhu stream. I think he just streams at a time when I'm asleep now, usually. The emote reminded me. Oops. Thorn skip. Yeah, kind of, I guess, right? Same for you, yeah. I think the first time I saw his stream, he was doing a rando. But this time he was doing Happy Couple. And I had forgotten, like, what he looked like. Until I was in the stream this time, and I was like, oh yeah, I definitely saw his stream before. And I think his pronouns are him, he, him. I think. I'm remembering correctly. Okay. I was gonna say, before I keep saying it too much, I wanted to, like, double check. I figured you'd probably know. Oh my god. I hate when I'm too fast on the cycle, because, like, I can't do anything about it. I don't know how to go faster. The only way to go faster is to do the down dash, I believe. Which I don't really want to try to learn. It's so painful. So many cool people who streams you can never watch because of time zones, yeah. Just switch whatever shift you work to figure out what streams you like the most. Oops. I feel like that's the solution. Figure out who you like to watch the most and then work in a time that you can watch them. Although that is extremely impractical. Just literally make your life revolve around a stream. It's an office job, yeah. I feel like most jobs do not work for that. You could just move time zones. That's another option, I guess. That would probably be even worse than the job one, because at least the job one you don't have to live anywhere different. You can probably find a shift job that's whatever shift you wanted. Oh, why do I get the weird jump? I don't get it, man. It kills my attempts so often. We got the weird ground jump there too. Ouch. I still haven't submitted the PB I got last week. I need to do that. So I was really excited, you know, to have a verifiable run. And yeah. That was definitely questionable. The thing that sucks about room 2 is the cycle is pretty rigid. So I pretty much can never save time during that. I'm so dumb. I don't know why I cannot, like, finish the cycle. It's so weird. I need to just wings up to the saw blade, I think. Yeah, that is so sad. But I've gotten thorn skipped a lot though today already. So maybe today just wasn't an any percent day, but it's a Path of Bane day. I think that's like at least the third run today. I've gotten thorn skip and messed up the cycle. It might even be the fourth one. Oops. I don't even know. Like, if I get a run that has thorn skip in it, I don't know what time I would be satisfied with. I think in PB I really greeted the moving saw blade, like the moving lone saw blade in room 2. No, are you kidding me, man? Okay. We're getting through room 2. Or we're getting through this room. It's like, it's so bad, dude. I don't know why. We're getting through this room. Don't have to get thorn skipped this time. Except we do, because I'm a god. Apparently at that. I don't know why. Okay, so that's a thing I could do. Yeah, so what I care about doing right now is not doing this. I don't know why I thought I healed to 4 health. Or full health. 4 health. I was missing 4 masks, is what I was thinking in my brain, and then said 4 health. I don't want to make a save state here because I don't feel like resetting this whole like file. Oops. Yeah, okay, so we're just going to go... Crap, we're just going up, I don't care. God, can I just do the room? Now I can't do the room normally. What the heck? How can I hit Thornton skip like 3 times in a row? And then be failing this. Okay. Too good for the normie strats, apparently. I have lost all ability to normie. Does that work as a, like, verb? Is that a thing? Like, what is wrong with me? Okay, now I can practice from here. That's what I actually want to do. Because I don't have to hit anything. I don't have to hit that cycle. Okay. Oh wait, I don't have a reset. I should have fallen. Because now I'll just reset here. Alright. Guess we'll do last room once. I'm too fast on this cycle, technically. Because I don't know the fast cycle. Yeah, fourth room is just easy compared to, like, I don't understand. Fourth room is just free. Easy. Trust me, with Sharp Shadow, room 4, like, the cycle is just, like, perfect. Like, I don't know if Team Cherry even I don't know if Team Cherry meant to make it as, like, perfect as it is for Sharp Shadow. But I swear to you, if you put on Sharp Shadow and do room, Sharp Shadow and do room 4, you'll be able to get the pattern down easy. Oops. You guess also compared to Thorn Skip, most things are easy. Yeah, I guess that's true. The Thorn Skip part, I feel like isn't that bad. Getting the cycle to be able to do Thorn Skip is harder. Which is why I don't know if I'm going to bother trying to learn Thorn Skip. Because that cycle is just insane. Yeah, the cycle is, like, really tight. You have to do what I was doing. Like, you have to do a very short wings jump up to, like, the first wall. Then after the first wall, you do 2 wall jumps, do another, like, extremely short wings jump. Then you do, I think, 2 more wall jumps. And after those 2 wall jumps, you jump as high as you can on the last one, and then you do wings to, like, stall yourself and jump as high as you can to pogo the saw blade as high up as you can to be able to wall cling to the last platform up there all by itself. And then if you do that, you're able to reach the, like, very bottom of the next wall that's actually connected to, like, a solid wall. You can reach that one, do 3 wall jumps, and then you're able to jump to the perfect height with the wings jump to be able to pogo that saw, dash, and then jump again with wings. It's, like, extremely precise. It took me forever to be able to get it while I was just practicing it. It's also just the fastest way, so even if you don't do Thorn Skip, if you can get that cycle, even if you don't get 3 wall jumps in that last section, if you get 2, if you get 2 wall jumps, then you can make it as fast as possible to the other, like, thing to go around. Oops. I'm just like, it shocks me sometimes how quickly you can move from side to side, because when you drop with Cyclone, you hardly move at all. But like right before, you can move so far. And then I hit the spikes when I do that, or the thorns. Are there actually any spikes in White Palace, other than the moving ones? Because they're all thorns. Yeah, I think the ones in 4th room are the only, like, actual spikes. Oh wait, no. There's the ones you go over in 2nd room. But that's really weird. The shortage of spikes. They're like everywhere in Hollow Nest. Oops. Yeah. It is really weird. Maybe because this wasn't made by the Pale King. Or was it not? Is that in the lore? Oops. No idea, you're just making things up. Nice. Yeah, I don't know anything about the lore though, so you could make up whatever and I would pretty much believe you. Unless it's like pretty obvious from, you know, the playthrough of the game. If there's like dialogue that says like the opposite of it, I'd be like, yeah, no. Also, that would be assuming I remember the dialogue anyway. Menderbug has idea. Wait. Had the idea for White Palace. Well... Are there multiple Menderbugs, or is it just one? There's no way it's just one, right? It can't be. I know, like, that when that one dies, its house is empty, but, like... Somebody's still fixing the stuff. Don't read chat while doing pop. But I have to. It's still a tag, right? I think. That wasn't a great run anyway. I was only -2, or -0.2. See, like this would definitely be a good time to read chat. It's a very chill section. You borrow the tag, yeah, sure. I enjoy that tag. I don't know what made me like put it there. I think I threw like literally one run reading chat or something, doing any percent, and then I was like, I'm gonna make it a tag. It was right when like the custom tags became a thing. Oops. UI, no problem. I really shouldn't have messed that up. I just dashed early on the last dash. It's such a weird timing because you like just barely don't have enough time, or you just barely have enough time to get your Shade Cloak back. But it feels like you don't have enough time, so then I dash early sometimes. Oops. Not 2 seconds behind? We'll go. Okay. Sure. I won't lie. In normal situations, I would have reset that, but since I said that before it happening... That's something that happens commonly though, is if you aren't low enough on that last wall, and then you know, do 3 wall jumps, you'll just barely hit the thorns at the top, so it sucks. It sucks to get the entire cycle right, and then you're like a millimeter above where you should be, and then you die. What is up with me right there now? Way too much precision for you. Yeah, it's way more precise than I thought it was. I mean, I didn't expect to be able to get it quickly, because in Shy's guide, Shy's like, don't be surprised if you can't get this in the first, like, I think he said 20 hours. I was like, oh my god, what? I have to run this for 20 hours to be able to get that? And then I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna bother. And here I am bothering. Only 20 hours. So true. Should I use they, them? Okay. I thought that might have been wrong when I said it, but I was not sure. Also, like, kind of if I default to he, him stuff, that's just because that's like how they used to teach English for the longest time. Like, he, him is like the default pronouns for things a lot of the time. Crap. So I'll like default to that. Yeah, it's a weird thing. So I think that might happen a lot with like native English speakers saying like he, him, and it's because that's like the way that, you know, we used to speak English. Like if you were referring to something and you didn't know, you could say they or like it or them, but most people would just say he, him. Or at least in the area where I grew up, where I still live, but you know, I grew up here too, so I'll count it as that. 'Cause it's also when that was happening. I don't know how much soul I have. I remember I was counting the hits. But then you have the weird soul bug that happens with save states. No, crap, I almost made the cycle. I almost fixed it. That was bad. When you were younger, when I was younger, for me, it was the idea that everyone on the internet is male until proven otherwise. Yeah, that's also another thing. That is another true concept that I feel like still kind of happens today. Because it is, I feel like, more common still for just like males in general to be online. At least in like gaming scenes. Not like, you know, unheard of that girls are there anymore or anyone else, but like it's still less common, I would say. Yeah. So that's another part of it. Because also, yeah, while we were growing up, it was, you know, the internet becoming more of a popular place to hang out. But yeah, I know, like, that was weird. I don't know how I messed up that cycle. That was so awkward. But, like I took French a bunch in high school and college. I actually just like basically scammed the college into letting me take the same French classes I had taken in high school, which they normally wouldn't let you do, because if you have more experience in a language, they wanted you to, you know, not do that, because they're like, this is just a free pass, and apparently that's a bad thing, even though they're forcing you to take credits that you aren't going to need. But so while I was taking French, like I learning about articles in French, like the and a in English, since they actually, you know, have feminine and plural and masculine like parts. English doesn't really do that. So I think that's a weird concept, and that's like where the he him thing comes from, of people defaulting to like he, is because it was just like, you know, how culture was a long time ago, of males being the dominant thing that people cared about in society. So I think English has been weird that way. Thanks, Nightbot. But that's how I always, like, I try to not do it. I've tried to like stop, and I've gotten pretty good at it usually over the years, but it's still really hard because just the normal way I used to speak. Yeah, culture, history, mentality, true. And it's just like ingrained. It's like one of those things that takes forever to leave society, because it was just like, people don't question things. They're like, oh yeah, we just do this. So then you're like, but why? And then people are like, oh yeah, you know, you have a point. Why do we do that? Dang it, why am I going too far left there? I've only done it a couple of times doing that, but still. Oops. That was a little awkward because I didn't know if I was making it around the saw blade, so like I just kind of like gave up a little bit. No, I almost fixed it. Are you kidding? I've never like thought to just like, if I do the weird jump here and like accidentally do that, I can get wings back on that wall. Something as simple as vocabulary and word etymology is so nuanced and deep if you go far back enough. Yeah, I feel like there's words that randomly pop up, either words that aren't used anymore or like ones that you use all the time that then some like, you know, word it was derived from. You're like, that doesn't even mean the same thing anymore. So weird. I also wish like I was better at learning languages, because I feel like that's a really cool like skill to have. That was horrible. Crap. Any particular language I would like to learn? Well, I really do like French. And like I said, I've taken the like same level-ish classes in high school and college, and it just does not stick. I even like had Babbel for a little bit trying to, you know, learn it again. And yeah, I was doing well listening to podcasts even to try and better retain the knowledge, and it just kept like going away. Language is mainly about practice. That is also true. And I'm lazy. Oh, that sucked. So I didn't have, you know, my shade cloak was being a jerk, practice makes perfect. The more language you learn, the easier it gets. Yeah. I feel like that's just still insane to me, because learning like similar languages makes sense. But then I guess it is just like a skill. Once you know like how to learn a language, you're good at or you're better at learning other ones. But it's still crazy to me when that applies to languages that aren't similar at all. Like, I don't remember. I think for Americans, like, the hardest ones to learn are, like, any form of Chinese, Japanese, or, like, Russian, because the symbols are just so different. Just like video games, the first few games are harder to pick up than your 100th. Yeah, that's true. Because you're already a gamer by then. I guess that would make you a linguist while you're learning more languages, and as you become a linguist, you just become great at it. Ouch. Russian seems easy. I feel like Russian's one that people like to learn a lot. That would be another language I'd be interested to learn. But I don't know. The thing about learning another language is, since I haven't even finished learning French well, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to learn another one, or try to learn another one. Like, I think I could almost tell you what somebody was saying if they were just like speaking French. I could be like, I picked out a couple of words. But that is close enough, or that's as close as it's gonna get, I think. Russian grammar is annoying, but much easier than Chinese, for example. Yeah, the thing that's weird to me is just like, I don't know. I feel like the symbols mean so much more than, you know, things in English, since we have to write everything out in, like, you know, full-on words that have one letter and then can be extremely long or short. But then in Chinese, like, mixing the symbols means different things, I believe. Since I don't know any, I can't really know if that's 100% correct, but I feel like it's close-ish. And that just seems odd to me. But I'm sure once you, like, started to learn it, it would make more sense. Oops, okay. That was weird. A double damage tank right away. Dang it. I feel like it's also so much easier to do that. Like, if you get really high up on that cycle, I feel like it's much easier to land in the right spot in the thorns. I almost called them spikes. I can never stop myself from calling them spikes. Even though they are different. That's why I'm trying to make myself say thorns. Yeah, maybe it's just like that. You just have more time since you're floating a little bit longer to, like, get to the right spot. Dang it, dude. Why the weird jump? Why? Can I go back to the start of the room? I guess to go back to the start of the room, I have to just make it through the room. Crap. Without dying, preferably. That was weird and scary. Okay, so I made this like little strat for myself, starting in this room. Like when I come in here, what I always have been doing now is like after this wall jump, I make sure I'm like here, because from here you end up like having the perfect dash timing to like not be touching this wall on that right side, and you're able to, you know, I feel like it's easier to time this dash when you aren't touching that wall. I don't know why I've started doing it, but I think it's helped me a lot. And all I have to do is basically, if I, you know, oops, if I hit the wrong spot there, I just go a little bit to the right and then dash to the left. It's like pretty easy timing. Yeah, it's just like a little tiny thing that I don't know if like I see runners do that, because I feel like people are just like people who run Path of Pain more than me. I feel like they're just comfortable, you know, being close to that wall. Whereas I was like, I don't like being close to the wall, I'm gonna make sure I'm not. And I don't think it loses any time, because you still have to wait for that one saw blade when you're going over the spikes. Because by the time I get there, I couldn't dash right away, because then I would hit the saw blade anyway. Oops. Should I just keep going? I guess. No? Okay. I can stop. Nice, I didn't want to keep going. That was just bad. Oh, there, I said it again. I heard myself. Don't worry, Sev. I didn't do it on purpose. That's the first step, acknowledging it. How do I miss the pogo? Dang it. One of these runs. I think it's the first time I missed the pogo today, so let's not do that anymore. I'm also curious if there's an optimal time to pogo that saw blade that I just like pogoed right there. Like to maximize your fall speed time being higher. For like higher speed. That's what I'm trying to say. I feel like the way I said it was unclear. I don't know if like you should wait until you're very low on the saw blade, or go higher up, so then your fall speed's higher for when you're gonna do the cyclone, or when you're gonna dash into the cyclone. Or if it even matters. Well, that was weird. That's also the first time I did that today. Dang it. At least I think that was the first time I hit those thorns. Again, this was definitely a cycle. That was something. Oh, hey, nice. I am feeling much better now since my runs have been sucking less. I was in pain at like 40 minutes of streaming, and now it's been 2 hours. So apparently the last hour and 20 minutes, I stopped being like, I don't know, terrible. Or at least, it was just so weird. Maybe I should try a Steel Soul run again. Because the game literally just felt slow. Like, I have no clue. I have no understanding of what was going on. My brain was just like, why is the game not moving? I'm also on current patch, but like still, I don't think that was it. I probably have way more hours on 1221 than I do on CP or LP. Oops, why do I can't get through first room now, oh no. Oops. I don't know why though, I really enjoy doing these like short categories. They're so fun to like mess around with. I knew I was not making that cycle. Because you can just do so many runs. And if the run is bad, well, it's over in like, 30 seconds or less. I should do a Biz Climb grind. I feel like that would be fun. Because I actually need to do it in like 2 categories. That I've run anyway. I know it's in more than 2. Oops, oh crap, that's not good. Okay. Oh no, how do I down dash there? What the heck? I don't know if I don't know if I would have had enough soul anyway by the end. Yeah, that was unfortunate. I think though, because of shooting the Shade Soul, I wouldn't have had enough soul to kill the mold or the King's molds at the end. Another interesting cycle that I don't have to PB on. Oops. When did I start stream? I thought I started around 10:30. Why can't I math? Okay, I started around 10:40, I guess. That was only important because I was like thinking I do normally stop at 1 when I start on time, and it's almost 1. But I was like, I know I did not start on time today. How did I miss the wall? I also realized I like haven't been drinking my water. I've been having that sit there for like 2 hours and then I didn't take any drinks of it. I think I was during the any percent resets. But since I switched to Path of Pain, I have not taken a sip of it. Until just now. Oops. That was a weird one. I think I ended up too low. I don't even know what was going on. I had to like dance around that wings mold. Yeah, I probably could have made it up to that wings mold that time. Oop. I was gonna say, that was very late on the cycle anyway. I don't think I was making it the normal way through. I don't know why. That's stupid. The stupid jump. Like, I think what it is the fact I'm like coming off the wall but jumping at the same time, so then like it makes me jump like I did a wall jump, then I go the opposite direction. Like, I feel like it seems like that's what wall cling storage is, right? I don't know if that's any different or not. Am I just really good at getting cling cling? Is that what it is? Am I getting cling cling? I don't know. I doubt it. Really good at accidentally getting cling cling is what I should say. Because if I could do it on purpose, that would be helpful in other places. Oh my god, I didn't hold wings. I let go of it just a second too early. Oops. did it again. I hate that. Missing that pogo just sucks so bad. That pogo should be so easy. Mainly, I think when I miss that pogo, I'm really focusing on being in the right spot for the sharp shadow dash. Because if I don't focus on that, then you end up too far left and hit the saw blade. Crap, I was too far right. I think the toughest thing about Thorn Skip when you do it in an actual run is just chilling out a second and waiting for your sharp shadow dash. Because at that point you're already like a good minute, like 10 seconds into the 2-minute run. Crap. I didn't jump high enough because I was... the weird thing is, I feel like a lot of times that I'm just like a little bit late on that cycle in second room, then I just mess up that wall jump there and don't jump. Like, I think you need 2 full height wall jumps after that. What are those things called? Totem, after the soul totem. I think you need 2 full height wall jumps to be able to clear those thorns, or the saw blade. It's a saw blade that's above those. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you need like the full height you can get from the 3 jumps you do. So then when I'm late, I rush the 2 wall jumps and don't get enough height. When in reality, like, I'm not even that late most of the time. I could have made that still. I was so close again. I couldn't have made it the way I jumped, but I had made the cycle to be able to make it, and then I like fell back down. But when I fell back down is when I could recover. I could have still made it, and then I messed up again by mistiming the next wall jump. The cycle's actually, like, if you get it the whole way until the very last part, I think you can recover it in a bunch of different ways to still be able to hit Thorn Skip. Which to me then makes sense why Thorn Skip is possible, because if you can recover the cycle that I thought was hard to start out with, there's no way that it should be that hard to hit Thorn Skip, even though I don't believe I'm going to do that ever. Crap. I did that last time, I did that once, and I just did this, and, you know, the timing's fine. You have time to pogo that saw to make sure you don't hit the thorns. Oops. I didn't think I needed to pogo the saw though. I thought my wings jump was gonna make it, but I was just a little bit too low. But even then, I think I still could have, like, fixed it. Oh my god, why do I do that sometimes? Also, I think the fastest way to do this, like, to get the other cycle in the second room, like, you do this. I don't know. Is it just one? I don't know what it is exactly. I have to watch it again. Maybe that's it. So, hold on a sec. Oops. I know the other cycle, like, does a right wall jump, I think. Like, you jump off of that right wall somehow. But I don't know the fastest way to do it. Maybe it's 2 left wall jumps, so then that right wall jump, and you're high enough up. I think that cycle might save 2 seconds, and I'm like about 2 seconds off of Sob in that room, I think, which is really funny. Oh wait, I was gonna reset. I will not. Now I will. I think it might be worth learning that other second room cycle, because if I learn it, then will maybe stop accidentally bonking on that top buzzsaw entirely if you're just higher up, because that's the point of it. You get up there faster, so I would imagine, you know, it's easier to be higher up. Kind of like how I do an extra wall jump here. I think in the fastest strats, they just do 4 wall jumps on this wall. But I've been doing 4 after going above the saw. The normal way is to do 3. I forgot to do the cyclone. Forgot to hold nail. Still only 0.6 behind. Now we're further behind. Oh man, I didn't go far enough left. You're supposed to go a little bit left because the shade cloak distance, if you do it from like even the middle of the buzzsaw, I believe, is far enough that you just will run into the thorns. So it's supposed to go a little bit more to the left. Crap. I almost made it around the corner. Oh my god. What the heck was that? Oh, I also don't know why. Bothering my arm. I guess I was resting it pretty heavily on like a vein near my elbow or something. Or I haven't moved it in a while. Almost at 200-ish attempts today. Oh, I'm so dumb. I don't know why I'm doing that. I should just not even bother. I should just do the normal cyclone drop because I don't need to save that much extra time right there. Like, I don't even know how much it saves to miss the platform and then wings jump up, but I imagine it can't be that much. That it's significant for me to do right now. Dang it. As soon as I saw a second ahead, I was like, oh, this could be the run. And then I killed it. I don't even need to be a second ahead either in this split. As soon as I get Thorn Skip, I swear, it's like guaranteed PB. Once I get Thorn Skip and finish third room, I would say. Because apparently I'm allergic to finishing third room when I get Thorn Skip. know why my arm is bothering me so much. Just from like the way I'm resting on it. I hate that. Usually the way I rest on it is like comfortable, but apparently not today. I also feel like I remember before Creed went on his trip that Creed said something similar to that. That, like, their arm just was uncomfortable. There's no way. Ugh. I messed up. I don't even know what I messed up, which wall jump it was, but it was before pogoing that one saw. Like right before. I believe it was on that like middle-ish platform. What the heck was that? I missed my first wall jump. I also don't know. Am I like running against the gold or something in my room too? I don't know why I can't like stop losing time there. Wall cling storage? Question mark? It just instantly boosted me straight into the saw. Because if that was a normal wings jump, it wouldn't have boosted me up fast enough that it would have happened that fast. I probably still would have hit the saw, but not from a wings jump that fast. What the heck, dude? I hate that. I actually don't know why I pressed that. Pressed dash there last time. Kind of funny, actually. Now I cannot get third room cycle at all. But okay. I finally looked. I'm not running against the gold. I'm 0.2 off of the gold though. 0.25 I think. In second room. Whenever I see that red, I really don't care what happens in room 2. But then I feel like I screw up room 2 really early anyway, when I am red. What the heck, dude? I hate that so often. Like, it happens so... Well, it doesn't happen that often, I guess, because of how many attempts I've done today. But it feels like it happens really often. I, like, go to let go of the button, then repress it, like, as fast as I can. And I just, like, don't let go of it, so then it's not a repress, I'm just holding it, and then I'm like, oh, crap. And then I don't jump, and that's the... a killer. Dang it. That was dumb of me. I didn't think I was making that. Crap, and then I do that. I was very far away on that last pogo on the wings mold to get up past those thorns. Why do I do that so often? I hate that. Like, I feel like that dash isn't that precise, but then when I try to go late to make sure I don't hit my head on the buzzsaw, like if I actively think about going later, then I go too low and I can't wings jump in time to like not hit the thorns. That was not my fault. I take no blame. See, like that was still pretty close to not being able to make it with the wings jump. I should have been much more of a gold, but okay. That was just so bad. I messed up the cycle slightly. So that was bad that wasn't more of a gold. It threw me off how horribly room 3 was, I think. Like after the thorn skip. It's okay. I swear next time we get room 3 done, it's gonna be like a 4-second PB, I swear. Like minimum, I think. It should be more, but I think it'll be at least like 4 seconds. If I don't do horribly in room 1 and 2, I guess. I've also finally fixed my timing, I think, a little bit for the lever. Be much better. That was still a little slow, but maybe. Okay, there we go, we did it. Thorn skip run completed. Ah, man. Huge PB it should be. Sub 210? Question mark? Let's go. We did it. Alright, so I didn't waste as much time in room 4 as I thought. Let's go. Have to remember this to actually be verifiable. That's actually so fast, though. I have to check where that is now. I think I was around 47 with my 215. I think, like, so I was top 50 again, which is, I think, my goal for most of the categories I run. I want to be at least top 50. Where is it? We're loading. 209 is... Wait, 209.38. 209.38 is... 26th. Let's go. Wait, no, I can't read. It is 32nd. Yeah, okay, there we go. I can read. 32nd. I'll take that for now. Should I do it again? Run it back? My sum of best. No, okay, I have to reset the timer, I guess. I was gonna say, my sum of best has to be better than my PB, 207. So yeah, I was scared still during that run. So, what? Let me look. So I lost 0.8 in room 1 compared to sum of best. I lost 0.5 in room 2. And then obviously that was a gold of 4.5. Well, I was minus 4.5. So if I lost if I lost 0.8 and 0.5, I was 1.3 seconds ahead. So I actually saved 6 full seconds doing Thorn Skip. Yeah, now I gotta look at what ComSub is for room 3. Why do I not remember where the Discord is? There it is. Super bright spreadsheet popping up. My room 3 was still 4 seconds slow, but I'm assuming that's because, yeah, 3 seconds slow. Wait, well, hold on a minute. Yeah, 3 seconds. Actually, 2.5. I feel like 2.5 behind ComSob is not something that I'd be upset about. Like I should pull that back up. All of my splits, I would say, are pretty good for the golds for not having run this category for that long. 25, 28 for room 1. Why can't I think? So I'm like 1.9 seconds behind that. Not doing the same route through the room. 31.69, nice. I'm also 1.8 behind that. Then 2.5. 2.5 for the strat I just did. Wait, no. 2.6. Yeah, 2.6 behind for that. And then room 4, 2 seconds. And I'm pretty sure there's a 2-second faster cycle of room 4 that I just don't do. So like room 3 or room 2 and room 4, I think I could save like 4 seconds if I just learn the other pattern, which room 2 is like at the very last part of that room. There's just a faster pattern, like I was saying, with the wall jumps. Should I keep going? I don't even know. I feel like I prefer to be done. I should reset the save state though. Now doing this, I think it'll save like the fact that room 2 has not been touched. Now I don't care as much about PBing. I'm happy I got a PB today. Dang. Almost ran it back and immediately PB'd again. So close. If I had just gotten Thorn Skip, I bet it was over. It was over for past me. Oh man, that was the fast one too. I was so far beneath that saw that time. I think I was gonna gold room 1 if I completed that. Oh, man. I do that every once in a while. I'll just like try to greed that jump a bit, and then I'll jump too early and hit those thorns. Dang it. I think maybe I go to 1,500 attempts, but then I'll stop for today. Ah, crap. Oops. Getting past that saw so fast is a little bit scary, because then if it's too high up, then I just can't go past it. I also thought that was going to be too high up, but I was trying to greet it. I'd like to be able to just barely gold a little bit more. Crap. The thing that sucks about the PB with Thorn Skip now is I have to do it. If I don't do it, there's no shot I can PB. Oops. I didn't damage tank during that run, did I? I actually don't remember. Because I would like my best PB to be damageless. It literally affects nothing, but I would just like it. No way I was PBing there, and that's why I hate that dash against the wall. Feels much more awkward. Either you dash into the thorns on the opposite side because the game thinks you're completely touching the wall, or you do something weird like that and just bonk your face straight into it and go nowhere. Alright, well I can't PB now, because if I do, it's not damageless. And it doesn't even matter. I threw before I could even like have the chance to PB. Wait, how many runs am I at? Okay, I thought I went over my set amount for today. I could not make that because of the weird jump. What the heck? Alright, I swear these next 3 are gonna be amazing runs. Or at 4, I guess? Yeah, 4. Okay, I said 3. That's what I meant. These next 3 runs are going to be great. Ah, crap. I had to greed that a little bit. I think I was just a bit too late on the cycle to actually be able to do it. Crap. Okay. This last run is the one. Okay, I guess that's what we're ending on. Just missing the first jump. Amazing. Gonna do this, because I don't know, like, if that saves it to make sure that the room 2 is, like, normal. So I don't have to reset it the next time I do this. But okay. So let's see. What are we doing now? Okay, we're going to raid. We're gonna raid Shulzy. She's doing Sekiro, thanks to the GG style. She's doing Sekiro stuff. I don't know anything about Sekiro. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go watch her do some samurai-ness. But yeah, it was great. So Steel Soul sucked, but I got to do whatever it's called, the PB thing. So happy with that, especially the fact that it was sub 210. But all right, what do we say? Congrats on the PB2, thank you. Let's do that. And I'll stream again tomorrow. I can actually sleep for once in the last 10 days, so I'm gonna sleep in. Maybe practice. I don't even know. I don't really care too much to practice Steel Soul any percent, so I might just like play a little bit, just like, you know, for fun. But then like I'll do Steel Soul I think again tomorrow, and hopefully the runs just don't go as bad. So see you guys tomorrow. Let's go wish Shulzy some good luck. I think she's going for different endings, but see ya.